You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Lowe's has the Labor Day deals you need to give your home a new look. Buy one, get one free select interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Then, add the final touch with 2 for $8 on select 2.5 or 3-quart mums. Refresh your home and save big while doing it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Mums offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/rebates for details.
Hi, I'm Catherine.
And I'm Lynn, and we are a Coffee Break
with Cat and Mom. Welcome back to our podcast. Today's episode 44, and we are going to be talking about motherhood. I am not a mother, and I don't plan on ever being a mother, or not in the future at this moment.
Not
at
in
least.
the near future.
Yes. But I'm going to be interviewing my mom per usual, because every time we do a question-based podcast episode, I end up interviewing her, and she gets annoyed by it. But she usually has very good answers, so I think it'll be a great episode.
I don't know about that, but I am going to try to have a couple already planned for you, question and answer very soon.
But first, we'll start out with our weekend review. I'll go first, I guess. Usually I don't, because I can't remember
I can't remember what I did too.
But I started my last first week of college. So we have some champagne to celebrate.
For her first day of school.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, I already got through the first week.
I know, but we waited till today.
Yeah.
It was Monday, but we waited till today. I can't even speak. We waited until today.
That's good champagne.
Yes, it is.
But pretty much this week has been a little bit of school. It's syllabus week, so we really didn't have anything. And then training for my Ironman in November. I'm sure you probably already know about it if you guys are watching our podcast. Today I went on a 4-hour bike with a 20-minute run after. And on the bike, there was like a storm literally right behind me the last hour.
Might storm again in the next few minutes, but yeah.
Yeah. So it was so windy that it was pushing my bike, and I was on like a flat road, and it felt like I was going uphill. I had to push against the wind. But then the last 40 minutes, I'd say, of my bike, I am going on the bike path, and there's a lot of twists and turns on like this mile section of it. And I'm going around, I'm about to get to the sharp turn, and a grasshopper lands on my glasses. And literally, the next second I'm looking up after the grasshopper like leaves, I guess, I look up and I'm going straight towards a fence. And so I made like a split decision to turn on to my side and pretty much just like make myself crash, because there's no way out of it. I didn't have enough time to react. And instead of going into the fence and like flipping over it, that'd be really bad, I turned into the sand and skidded along the sand. And I really thought I like broke something on my bike. I was more worried about what happened to my bike than if like anything happened to me. But I bruised up this leg pretty bad, and I have some like very small scrapes. So I was extremely lucky. The worst thing that happened was my chain dropped, and I just put it back on. So that was it. And this girl came by on her scooter and was like, "Oh, hey." And I was like, "Yeah, I just ate shit." And she's like, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Yeah." And then also I ran over 2 snakes. I've seen like 20 snakes on this trail this week. I ran over one snake over its head. And I was thinking about it the whole time. I felt so bad. When I came back, it was not there. So I must have survived. It just has some brain damage. The other one I ran over like the end of its tail. So it should be fine, right? Like grows back.
I don't know anything about snakes, but I'm sure.
Well, hopefully they're fine. I literally prayed for them after. I was like, I feel so bad for them. But there was like, I think 6 dragonflies that ran into me, and it's gross when they buzz in your ear and you're like, ugh, it's gross. But that's
the grasshopper on your glasses. I mean,
yeah.
When you texted me what happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And then I started laughing.
She was laughing, and I started crying because I was just like, what the fuck? I really thought I broke my bike, but everything's good. And that is why I'm dressed like a bum right now. I don't think I've ever really dressed down like this for one of our podcast episodes. Usually I like to say that this is like a classy, fun podcast, but I'm really tired. I had a long training day.
I think I dressed down a couple times. Well, today
we worn our matching PJs, but I think those are cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of look like shit right now, and I feel like shit. So this is me. Yeah.
Well, I was at a hot swim meet today. It was your sister's first swim meet with this new team, and it was with the humidity 102, 103 today, and we're like in the hot sun. There is no shade at this meet. But unfortunately, we were very lucky. Fortunately, we're very lucky. A lot of parents had, actually, I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tents.
Really?
That were up. So I was able to squeeze in underneath one of them, and the kids had the one that says, the TCA, Treasure Coast Aquatic Team. But yeah, it was a hot one. I mean, it is the end of summer here in Florida, so it is very humid because there were storms coming and it's hurricane season. So we're getting this, but it was like really, I was hot, so I sweated a lot today, and then started doing a bunch of things, and then I did fall asleep watching a movie that I really did not want to watch, but your sister wanted me to watch with her.
I don't know. I walked in to like tell her about my wipeout on the bike, and she's like slowly coming back to like reality.
I was just like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to figure out like this end of the movie, the middle, I can miss it. I mean, I got this, which I did. But anyway, so no, we can review. That's about it, I would say.
Nothing too interesting.
No.
But now we will talk about our coffee review. Yeah. We are called A Coffee Break with Cat and Mom for a reason. Every episode we usually go to a new coffee shop, and
sorry,
the ring went off.
Our ring camera.
But usually we go to a new coffee shop and we review it and we come back to you guys, tell you how it was and the vibe of the coffee shop. But we live in a pretty small town, and there's not that many coffee shops around.
No, there is a lot. It's just we
haven't found them yet or seen them, but
because we hear about them and we're like, okay, because we've been to at least like 8 different kind and different places. But I know there's so many other ones, but I don't know. You always have like some of your favorites, and you start at school and whatnot. And so I was just like, okay. So, and I had a free coffee at Sorrel Coffee. So I was like, I'm just going to go back there. But they did surprise me. They did switch my matcha because I said I was not going to have a matcha this week. But when I got there, they recognized me. So they're like, oh, Dr. Lynn, we got this. We got your usual. I didn't have a chance to. I said, well, make it different today. I'm supposed to try something new. And then they mixed it up a little bit for me. So
what was it?
Well, instead of like vanilla, like it's a matcha with red raspberry cold foam, because I like that now, or strawberry, but they did red raspberry. And instead of doing the vanilla pump, they did a white chocolate mocha. And I usually don't care for stuff like that. I'm not that person, but I have to admit that with the raspberry, and it was really, really good. I mean, I still like my favorite one, but I'm glad they made me try it. And then they have muffins there, or bagel bites or things like that, and it's freshly made. And I had my favorite, which was carrot pineapple, and it was a muffin. It was really good. It's my treat on Thursdays. I go there, but that was really good.
And I went to, I think twice this week, I went to my favorite coffee shop here. As of now, obviously we haven't tried any other ones, but the Blue Door, I am obsessed with their chai latte. I think it is quite literally the best chai I've ever had. It is so amazing. So much flavor, and everybody there is nice. It's such a cool vibe. There's an outdoor area where they sometimes have live music. They had a lady come with some of thrifted clothes, and it didn't have any price tags on it. Like, she just, like, if she finds a cool shirt or a cool dress, she just gets it, and then she'll like price it for you. You can negotiate. It's like, there was a lot of cool clothes, and everybody there just dresses cool and they look cool. So if you guys live near Stewart or downtown Stewart, go check out Sorel and the Blue Door.
Sorel's in Palm City.
Yeah. But now we will dive into our topic, and that is motherhood. We decided to have a deeper topic because I feel like these past episodes we've had very fun ones, like our vlog styled podcasts.
School.
And I do want to do the car podcast again, where we like drive to go get a coffee, and then we talk about it in the car and we have a topic. But I do have some questions for her. Okay. They're not that hard. But first,
you say that all the time.
What's something about becoming a mom that surprised you the most? She didn't hate your kids.
Well, okay, it's not really a surprise in a sense that there's so many things. There's like these 3 or 4 that come to mind right now, and I'm saying that it's not a surprise because people tell you, but until you experience it, like when they say time flies so fast when you're a mom. Don't blink, your kids will be, in high school or in college. It's not a fucking joke. It is true. It's you blink. You even saw this with your sister.
That's what I was just going to say. My little sister, we're 9 years apart. So I saw her as a little baby, and it's like actually insane because now she looks like she's 16. She's 11, but it just feels like
she's tall and
it feels like
where's the
I wasn't
baby?
able to like. I mean, her and I did have a very special relationship with her growing up, but I feel like it just like you weren't kidding when you're like enjoy these moments with her because it's gonna go by so fast.
It's ridiculous. And then I just just saw something on Facebook. If I would have known you were going to do this, I would have pulled it up. But it was like a saying, and you guys would say that it's so totally your generation, but it is true in a sense. Like what if you could go back just for a minute, and be with your kids? Like what? Not changing anything, but what would you do and be like just to soak it up one more minute? Yeah, just to soak up it says like when they first realize you're their mama. It's like. I wouldn't change. I would like to take time slower, to just not rush the day. Just to be calmer, wiser. Not elevate my voice. To be just more patient. Of course, then kids will drive me nuts sometimes. But all this, like maybe not change everything, but to be with you and see that face when you finally like that's my mama. Just that it goes very fast. So that's I would say that's one thing, but. Surprise you how much you can love another human being is unreal. I'm not going to cry. I might cry. But it's just unbelievable to just look at your baby. Or even now, I'm looking at you. I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's my baby girl. Like, how can you love a human being so much? It's surprising how much of you. And then what's very surprising is how much you can't sleep and you're stressed out all the time and forever.
You love them so much.
While you love them so much.
But also you're like, ugh.
Yeah, the whole time. And, like even you guys are older. You guys went out, during the summer and stuff and can't sleep until they're home. It's just stuff like that, so it doesn't surprise you, but at the same time, it surprises you.
Very good. See, I told you she has good answers. But it reminded me when you're like, if you could go back, having Amelia, like seeing Amelia go back to middle school and like get all excited for the first day of school made me like realize that I really didn't cherish going to middle school. Like I was like, oh, I hate school. Like I just want to get through school and then like I'll have swim practice. I just got to get through swim practice. And I feel like it makes me miss it. Like even Bryce, my boyfriend, was like, oh, I kind of miss those days. But
yeah.
Next, do you remember what went? I guess you might have just answered this. Do you remember what went through your head the moment you first told me?
Well, first you were very pretty when you came out.
When I came out, not anymore.
Well, no. I'm just saying that compared to your two sisters, you were the prettiest coming out. But then you had the craziest hair that looked a little
rough.
It's rough. But she had pretty hair everywhere with this curly thing that I could not bring myself to cut. So she always
had an attachment to the curl.
This thing sticking out. I would say is to look, and just when you heard my voice and then you just looked up and you did the same thing with your dad. You just said, hey, baby girl. And then you just looked up. It just, that moment. I'm pretty sure he remembers it. And this, you can't explain the love that you feel. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's amazing.
What was the hardest adjustment in those first years of motherhood? So with Bella, you weren't. It was your first time being a mom.
Yeah. Well, the not sleeping as much. I mean, you just know you're not going to sleep, but it gets, when you hear moms say like, "Oh my gosh, I can't do this thing. I'm not going to make it," and blah blah blah. Yeah, there's some nights I was waking up in the middle of the night to nurse you guys, and just like, I won't be able to function tomorrow. What the hell is that? This and that. Yeah. But even like later on in life, you guys were athletes. I would wake you up at the very last minute in order to just, you guys put your swimsuit on and go. Well, I was up, an hour earlier to get everything ready, pack everything, get myself ready and stuff. So, I will say that, just, the change of schedule. Yeah. But I've always been
But it wasn't a consistent schedule, right? When you first.
Well, that's the thing. Nothing. Like that's what they say with your first child. And Isabella knows this. Like, she almost grew up with us as parents because the first child, you don't know what you're doing.
You're all experiencing life for the first time.
It's first time. Like, am I screwing something up?
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
And that is something, I don't know if it's going to be one of your questions, but that is something that you feel all the time, even with Amelia, even with all of you. Did I do something to screw you guys up? Like, am I screwing this up? Like, it's in the back of your mind at all time. But when you're a baby, especially, just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what do I do? And then I was nursing and I was on a schedule with you guys. I'm a person that's always like schedule and notes and stuff. And I mean, it keeps me organized and my life is less stressful that way. But to have like, like a list, if you want to. So the nursing consultant, whatever, it's the lactating consultant, whatever she was, what I was calling, she's like, just write it down on a little piece of paper, a little notebook, so you know when to nurse. You guys were never like, oh, you're crying, I'm gonna nurse you. No, you were on a schedule and stuff, and it really facilitated like the day. Yeah. But
because we got kind of used to it. It's like, this is a bad example, but like when we feed the cats, like,
they know what time.
Daphne knows what time.
Yeah, I know.
The other one doesn't. The other one is always hungry.
I mean, when it was closer and stuff, you had good rest, you had good naps. You guys were extremely good sleepers. I was very lucky. But yeah, things like that. That changes your life forever. But you adapt. It's just like you're tired forever. But you know what? When you're dead, you can sleep. So.
True. I hear that a lot of people or a lot of moms have postpartum depression. Did you have any postpartum depression?
I am very fortunate. I didn't. I will say I did have a little moment when I had Isabella that, like, I know, like dads are there, right? So they just pick up their kids, and your dad was holding Isabella and stuff. And you just get it. I don't know if it was maybe like it could have been a sign, but I did not go into depression. But I would have moments that I would lose my mind crying because I thought that my baby was not going to love me or be attached to me enough, and then she would be more attached to your dad, to her dad. I mean, this was like, and it was the first couple weeks for each child, and then it just went on. So I knew when it happened with you, I was like, I'll be fine, so it was, but I was very fortunate to be able to stay at home. Yeah. For all three at the beginning, anyways, for Amelia, until like much later in life. So technically I was at home mom for you guys. So it was easier to be with you. So.
If you could go back and give a new mom, what? Sorry, let me re-say that. If you could go back and give new mom so you before you became a mom, or like you right when you became a mom, one piece of advice, what would it be?
Like a new mom me? Like giving myself a new...
like right when you gave birth to Bella, what's like the advice that you would tell yourself right then and there? After experiencing all three of us.
Well, I said that earlier. Just take every second of the day. Don't take it for granted. Just absorb it in. And I know I see friends of mine that have newborns. Well, I mean, younger people, like, your first swim coach when you were little, Coach Julia. Yeah. And she sends me pictures. She's like, I won't remember this moment. That is one thing that I told her. I said, I would look at you and I did it. You guys saw me, you and your sister, you might not remember, but I remember where I was sitting in the living room in our last house with Amelia, and I looking at her and holding her and stuff. And I was like, I want to remember this moment forever. How can I remember? How can my brain remember this specific moment? I was holding her like this. And I'm like, I want to soak this up, because you guys were like, why are you looking at Amelia like this? Like, this is so weird. Why are you doing this? I'm like, I want to remember this. I want to remember this moment. And it's something that you don't. I mean, that's why I take pictures. Take pictures.
And people always are like, don't live through your phone. But it's like, you can look back on those pictures. Like, I love looking back at old pictures, and it just brings back like so many good memories.
Yeah. So it's you can't be told enough to take it every minute at a time, every second at a time. It goes fast.
Mm-hmm. Now moving on to some more lighthearted stuff. What's the funniest parenting moment you've ever had?
Oh shit, there's so many. What are you talking about?
Maybe a poop story.
Oh, so many poop stories. Your older sister pooped so bad while we were visiting Old Montreal with your uncle and your cousin Cheyenne, that when we picked her up, we realized that she had pooped all the way out, sticking out of her like at her neck, like of her pajama all the way to her neck, and we had to clean it up. And your uncle, so my brother, was just like, don't put poop on the car seat. I'm gonna sit on the car seat. Everybody was screaming at me, and Cheyenne was like, it smells bad. She was looking at me above. It was so stressful. We changed her. Your dad was like, here's the new pajama, here's the new diaper. And then they left everything on the floor. And I didn't know that part, because I was putting her back in the car seat. I was buckling Cheyenne. I was buckling myself. And the parking lot attendant ran after our car and stopped my brother, your uncle, and just like, go pick up the dirty diaper. Nobody wants to pick that up. I'm like, you guys left that on the ground. So yeah, that is the story I think we'll remember probably forever. Also, there's one night that we watched some of the old videos from when Bella and I were younger, and I was bullying Bella. Bella was playing dress up, and I guess I was also playing dress up, but I didn't really care what she was doing. And Bella was like, Catherine, do you like my outfit? And I was like, you look like a grandma. And you were hitting her. Yeah, and then I was hitting her, and I was like, you look like a grandma. And then I walked away and hit my head on the fucking table, and then I hid in a cabinet crying. But then there's another video of me hitting Bella with the stick outside, and then in the next clip, it's me out in the back of the video with you screaming at me and me bawling my eyes out, and Bella's in the front just playing with a stick. Okay, but I will say, I think, now that you're saying this, for you, the best memory, you must have been not even in first grade. So preschool, pre-K. And we're at the big house. And so on one side of the counter, we had a very long kitchen island. And your sister's on this side, and I'm at the end of the counter. And you were trying to tell me that bitch is not a bad word. And we're just trying to tell you that you can't say the word bitch. Well, what happened was I was sitting there playing a game with Bella, my older sister, and I was like, bitch. And my sister, not really knowing what that means. My sister's like, you can't say that. That is a bad word. And I was like, it means female dog. And then Bella was like, no, you cannot say that. And I was like, let me go ask Mom. And then so me and your dad walked in the kitchen, and we said, yes, that's true. It does mean a female dog. So Isabella was right, but it's not, usually we don't say that. We would say female dog. So you can't say bitch. It's a bad word. And you kept on saying like, no, it's not. And I said, yes, it is. And then you're like, bitch, 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 bitch. And you said that, and I started running after you, and I'm running around the house going, bitch. But your dad was filming this, and then you're like, and then when I start running after you, like, bitch, bitch, bitch. And you got caught. You got in trouble. You cried. Yeah. But yes, that was on video too. So and then my dad showed that to my swim coach, and he was like, he
came to practice one day and goes, so I saw that video of you running around saying bitch in your house when you were younger. I was like, oh, great.
I think your dad did it at Dwyer and Michael's. He did.
Yes, he did.
He did on a radio show.
Freaking talked about it. Do you remember a time I embarrassed you as a kid?
Oh, there's probably multiple times.
Just screaming in a store.
Yeah, no, your sister, I will say there's a fun story about your sister, Isabella. You were like in, you know, like you were a very tiny baby because I had you on me in the little baby thing. And she was in the, we were, what it's called in Iowa, Hy-Vee, like a public store or whatever, grocery store.
I know what story you're going to say.
She was in the cart and I was in this different aisle, but I could hear her talk because, you know, I recognized it was so cute when she was talking. And all of a sudden she looked at your dad and she's like, no, say fuck, daddy. Wow. And I could hear it in the other. I was like, no, say fuck. No, say fuck, daddy. Really loud. And I could hear your dad, shh, don't say that. I know, no, say fuck, daddy. Really. I was like, I am not walking in this aisle. I could hear Len. Like, no, I'm not going.
Staying over here. That's a good one.
Yep.
What's your favorite memory of us together when I was little? It's a hard one.
Oh, there's so many. Any Christmases, watching you guys opening your Christmas gifts, all the special things we did for your birthdays, all the trips, going to the beach. You guys are definitely beach girls since you were babies. Going to visit Montreal.
Decorating for Christmas.
Yes.
The Christmas tree together?
Yes. I mean, well, Christmas is very special, especially for me and her.
Yeah.
Amelia's starting to be in it. Isabella is...
She's not. She's a humbug. she's the
Grinch. But she loves Thanksgiving. We'll give her that. But yeah, all that. I mean, there's Christmas spirit is one of the best memories. But there's so many. We did so many fun trips. Like I remember my first trip with you and Isabella when we went to Disney. Mm-hmm. Just the three of us. It was our first time doing something. You know, just the three of us. Yeah, but you know, you were a little bit older, so we could do more fun stuff. So, you know, a little bit older, and it was fun. That was a lot. I remember that trip.
I had so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
What? Now this is more of like reflection questions.
Oh, these are hard.
What's the most challenging part about being a mom of an adult now compared to when I was a kid?
Well, I mean, when you live with me, but I will compare this and your sister coming in. You know, so your sister loves to say like, well, I'm an adult now, so I can do whatever I want. I'm an adult now. It's true. But when you're like in my house, it's still my rules. Mm-hmm. But there's still basic things like when I say that you're my baby girl, she's like, I'm an adult. And I'm like, well, you were going to be my baby girl till the day you die, till the day I die. I'm my mom's baby girl till the day she dies, you know? So, but there's always like, you know, sometimes there's a fine line. I'm older now and I'm a mom. It's like when I go to my parents' house, it's under their rules. It's under, you know, the way of course they will respect the way like I raised you guys and stuff. But so it's the same thing that it's a fine line when you guys come here to respect and accept, because when you guys leave, that's for I think every parents will agree with this. When you guys leave to go to college, it's hard for us because we come back home and it's an empty room, right? But you guys find yourself, you become independent and you got all, you know, you think you got all this shit figured out, which in a part you do, but there's still a whole lot more to figure out when you are really truly on your own. And that's something that I didn't know until I saw it from you guys. You just, because I lived it, I did it, but I didn't know, you know, and then I see you guys and then you come back and you're just like, I got this shit down, like, whoa, you know, like, slow down. This is still my home. This is still, you know, so this is a little bit different, but I will say that now I can really see it from your younger sister. And I think I've always said that to you, like, I became friends with my mom when I went to college. You know, she was my mom. There was no, I mean, we had gone along very well. And like I said, we did fun trips, you and I and your sister together. But at the end of the day, I was still your mom. But now we're more friends. Yeah. And then I see it with Amelia. I do fun things with her, and I'm with her a lot more like one-on-one than I was with you and your sister because you guys were always together. But
you're still her mom.
I'm still her mom right now. Like, we're not buddies. And I've seen so many of my friends having their kids like, oh, we're all buddy.
Best
no,
friends. You're not. Like, you still need to have like a line where it's like they still fear you a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is my mom. Like, I still am below her. Like, you still need to have that the respect superiority and respect.
It's a level, you know, like like you still respect me as a mom. I still respect you as an adult. But we can do that now and be friends, but not because you can, I can still kick you out of the house and you could still you would still be able to live,
Sure.
But not your baby sister. So, yeah.
The last, I guess, big question. How has motherhood changed the way you see your own mom?
Okay. So I was a figure skater and I remember the very first season of you swimming. We went different places. It was not even as expanded as when you were younger, and then going to a bunch of different towns and cities and having to stay there like 3-4 days, prelim finals, like long stuff. But still, we still traveled a lot. We still woke up early. We still planned dinners and food and whatever. And I remember calling my mom one Sunday night, whatever, when we came home, and I said, "Thank you so much." And she said, "For what?" I said, "For everything you did for when I was an athlete. Holy shit. This is a lot. It's a lot. Not, I mean, financially it is, but it's so much organization, and it's a lot in preparation and whatnot. And just thank God I'm organized, but it was in being involved because my mom was the vice president and the president of our figure skating club.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And so, I knew she was a lot involved, and I knew she was very busy with this. And so, well, she was a secretary because I think that she did pretty much all the positions. Yeah. She loved it. I was there all the time, so might as well, right? So that's why I became an official at swimming, because you were there all the time. But so that is one thing that I remember, my mom being so involved with all this. And I mean, you appreciate it, but you don't know until then you do it, and you're just like, that was a lot of work. And thank you so much for supporting me. And she knew I was not going to go to the Olympics. She knew I was not going to make this as my my job, but it's still, I think swimming changed a lot of things in your life. I think it molded
I think
you
it really did.
to be a very good.
I think that I am the way I am because of swimming and because of my coach and because of that dedication and
structure
consistent
and
schedule.
Yeah.
But thank you. I guess I mean I don't have a daughter or a son to realize that.
No, but you did say something one day when we were planning what it was. It was probably for Amelia, I'm guessing, and you're like, holy shit, like you guys spend so much money on hotels.
Yeah.
And I remember, we did, but I remember at the end of the, literally state championship, long course in the summer, ended mid to end July. And beginning of August, we were 3 or 4 families in one, we were rotating every year, somebody's house. And we had the whole schedule for the whole year until the following summer state. And we had all of our hotels reserved.
Yeah, because they book up and they put the prices up last minute.
Last minute. So we had all this booked. I mean, there was a lot of, there was a lot of work behind this, but not just at school. I was involved in school too. My mom was at home mom too. She worked for our family company, but she did a lot of work from home. So it was, she was present. So that's why it was very important for me to be present for you guys too. But when I see what my mom did for me or with me, that's what I want to do with my kids, and how she was also very involved with you guys. Even though they lived in Canada, they came to visit so much and did so many things with you too.
They did.
And Isabella especially. So.
Yeah. My grandpa actually supported me so much. He gave me how much money per 25?
Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. No, yeah. Was it $1 or $5?
I thought it was $5. I think it was $5.
Oh my gosh,
$5 every lap, and I don't think he realized how far we could really swim. We could swim all day without stopping, and
for money,
we really did. We really that was the start of my savings account.
Yeah, and he paid. He had no. I mean, he's just like, there you go. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, stop swimming, stop them.
Yeah, my dad did stop us though.
Yeah.
Now we have some fun rapid fire questions.
Eesh.
Sleepless nights or toddler tantrums, which is worse?
Tantrums.
Which of my phases growing up was the hardest to handle?
Phases? Wait, now I have to think about that one. I think toddler, because you were a little shit to your sister.
Yeah.
And then she was cleaning everything and you went just right behind her, fuck everything up. I will say that. Besides that, you were the compared to your 2 other sisters, because they're the same, and we just figured it out, how much Amelia is just defiant, like your sister, your oldest one. Oh my gosh. I mean, she's a good mix of both of you. Thank the Lord, she's got best qualities from both. But I would say that one, I wish she was more like you. You were a whole lot more easygoing.
What's one piece of mom advice you wish I would always remember?
Well, I don't know. What is more a question for you? I don't know.
No, I don't know. I mean, I remember all the advice. We actually have a podcast episode where she gives life advice because she turned 50.
I don't even know because
It was.
I know, but
I
I still need life advice from my own mom.
But go check out that episode because it's really good advice. And I made some cute pictures from it.
I did cry during that episode. I don't know.
Be you.
Well, be you. Just never stop believing in yourself. Just, like I said in that episode, things that at your age or even a little bit, even when you guys were all born, what people were thinking of me or judging me was really still in my mind. Mm-hmm. That now, where I'm at right now in my life, I don't care. Just try to get there before, sooner than when I did it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to already get there. The people I would say shit about our family from our small town. I mean, you're hiding behind a phone screen, saying stuff about my family, and you can't even show your face and say it to our face. So. That's I don't give a shit.
Believe in yourself. I mean, because I know for all the changes I've gone through, from being separated and divorced and then moved here and getting a new job and stuff, there's sometimes I, quite frankly, crying myself to sleep, didn't think I was going to make it. Mm-hmm. And my mom still, probably thinking, shit, is she going to make it? But never stopped believing in me and never stopped telling me, you got this. Sometimes before my mom and my mother-in-law, they were very good that they were not putting themselves in our business. We were very lucky, your dad and I. However, if you wanted their opinion, you had to just buckle down because it was going to come up. You needed to be prepared to hear the truth. Where my mom now doesn't wait for the question if you want to hear it or not. Yeah, she's just going to fucking tell you. And so sometimes I have now to say okay, you know what? I was there to ask for an advice. I was there for your support. What the fuck? She's like, well, you need to hear the truth. Could you have just supported me for a second and then tell me the truth? But I'm at that point that I can't say that with her, which before I couldn't. But, I will always be your number one supporter. I don't care how much you love your husband, boyfriend, whatever. I will always be the number one supporter. And I will be there for you. It doesn't matter when, where, what, why. So always remember that.
My knee hurts really bad right now. Sorry, I was hoping. I was I realized.
Well, I'm also a chiropractor, so I'll be looking at that tonight.
I just realized I have another bruise.
Oh my gosh, there's another one coming up.
Another bruise from crashing. So that's awesome. On my knee, that fucking hurts. But the last rapid fire question: who is your favorite daughter?
That is so unfair.
Anyways, already know.
Like this.
Moving on. We end every episode with a "Would you rather?"
Yeah.
So that's what she does. She asked that question.
I don't think it's that funny, but it's you because I know you. Would you rather be forced to sing every song you hear or dance to every song you hear?
Probably dance because I can't sing for shit. So
I know, but she still does.
I do, but I like to just dance.
Cheeky booty.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have embarrassing moment that we were asking earlier. She did do some pretty, I would say, what's the word I want to look? Yeah. Or not distasteful because it was kind of funny, but explicit, whatever.
Explicit, yeah.
Yeah. Dance in front of me and my best friend, Angie. And Mammy,
my grandma.
Yeah, and then we filmed it.
WAP. It was the WAP dance, yeah.
And we filmed it, and she was so proud that she could do it well.
Because I could do the splits practically, and I was like, wow. I have the hiccups now. Pretty embarrassing, but go follow us on YouTube at A Coffee Break with Kat and Mom. Those are where our video podcasts will be at. Instagram at acoffee.break and TikTok at acoffee_break. And our episodes are out every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
And hey, wear my hat, Iowa. Go Hawks. College football season just started.
Yes, and go check out Sorrel and the Blue Door in Stuart, Florida. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. And if you know my husband Dax, then you also know he loves shopping for a car. Selling a car? Not so much.
We're really doing this, huh?
Thankfully, Carvana makes it easy. Answer a few questions, put in your VIN or license, and done. We sold ours in minutes this morning, and they'll come pick it up and pay us this afternoon.
Bye-bye, truckie.
Of course, we kept the favorite.
Hello, other truckie.
Sell your car with Carvana today. Terms and conditions apply.